My only conclusion can be that it was a Sith Lord.
There's something about this boy.
He can see things before they happen.
These visions you have. Careful you must be.
The Jedi Knights were the guardians of peace for the dark times.
You don't know the power of the dark side.
Something terrible has happened.
I have brought peace, freedom, justice, and security to my new empire.
Skywalker.
You will be tempted by the dark side.
I am your father. I'll show you the dark side.
The belonging you seek. It is ahead.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Jedi Academy number 20. We've got it in the books. We've got it started, and we're glad to have everybody here. Happy 4th of July weekend to all my homies here in the USA. And we've got another great show lined up for you with a great panel, like we always do. And we're going to go ahead and introduce everybody there. A few housekeeping notes. Just want to thank everybody for all the views and subscriptions we've been getting of late. It's very much appreciated. Of course, if you want to support our support the content, we have the super chat function on the bottom. Also, you can donate at the beginning on the homepage of YouTube. With that being said, let's introduce the panel today. Let's get going. If you have questions, I will be scooping questions today. So bear with me. I'm trying to do everything at once. Finn, it's his birthday, so you haven't had a chance to wish Dr. Finn, Medicine Woman, a great happy birthday. I'm not sure else who might be joining us. We have a lot of people here already, but still waiting to see if Riemann Warrior. I know Smithy will not be on, or I'm still waiting to hear from Grande. So, but we do have a lot of people here, so we'll go ahead and get them introduced and everything, and then we'll go ahead and start answering your questions. If you have questions, if you're new to this, the way it works is this is a full Q&A show where all we do is we just answer your questions about Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. That's the whole purpose of this. It could be anything from ships to PvP, maybe your roster. We have been doing a ton of roster reviews lately that are on the channel. We're going to be doing more of those, but anything goes, so go ahead and feel free to answer. With that being said, let's and make sure when you put your question in the chat function that you put question, so I know that it's a question, because sometimes people just put a statement. It's kind of hard to sometimes tell that if it's a question or not. So help me out. Help me to help you. So let's get everybody introduced today. First, you know her, you love her. She's the Dark Lady of the Sith. She just made a run to McDonald's. I think she's good to go. Miss Darth Bella. What's going on, Bella?
Hi.
Well, hi. Guten Tag.
Guten Tag. So what's going on? I have my coffee here. I hope I wake up.
Did you get an egg McMuffin with that?
Yes.
Oh.
I kind of feel like American halfway because I'm waking, staying up more and more late and being tired in the European morning. But otherwise, I'm fine.
That's
and
right.
Yeah, great to be on the show.
Yes, Bella finally joined us on our stream on Wednesday this week. So if you haven't
Yes.
checked that out, she popped in. We didn't know what to do with ourselves. We're like, oh, what are you doing up? She's like, oh, I was working on videos. Well, get your monkey butt in here. And she did. It was awesome. Let's see. Who else we have? All the way from Korea. We've got King Felix serving our country, serving the U.S. Army, and he's able to join us this week again. We're glad to have him back. What's going on, King?
Another beautiful, terrible, fantastic day in Korea. So just ready to answer some questions and stay up all late and stuff.
Also joining us is the lightsaber extraordinaire builder himself, Mr. Sir Loki.
Hey, good morning, everybody.
I know it's super early in the morning for you there.
I'm good though.
That's right, you are good.
Yeah. And yeah, have a happy July 4th, man.
Happy Independence Day to you.
It's good. 4th of July.
I know. Let the fireworks commence. They've already started. Oh,
the original Brexit, right? 1976.
It was
still working after this long, right?
That's right. You better recognize. Also joining us is our good friend. We got a couple of people from Jolly England. First of all, it's Mike Hunt. Mike, what's going on, buddy?
Yeah, everything's good this end. Congratulations. Well, happy Independence Day. Yeah, we'd like to be independent as well at the moment. But yeah, all good here.
That's right. And also joining us is another brother from England, Mr. Turbs. Turbs is back with us. What's going on, bud?
Hey, Ranger. Thanks for having us.
I have no idea what you just said.
I said, hey, Ranger. Thanks for having us.
See, that's that English coming through again, and that's it's
English, yeah.
But it's not English that I'm used to or Loki.
The proper English.
Yes, proper enunciated English.
I can translate if you need it.
Yeah, we might, because he just said something there, and I was like, "Oi!" So, what the hell is that? And then I think he's here from the Alliance, Mr. Riemann. Riemann, are you there, brother?
Yeah, I'm here, brother. What's going on?
What's going on, man?
Not much. Just ready to rock and roll, and looking forward to a beautiful Independence Day weekend, and just looking forward to answering more questions about how everybody can beat everybody in arena, and how we don't have any game modes.
We were talking about that earlier. I was like, on my shard, everybody has pretty much got all their tunes max mods, maxed everything, right? We're all running. I mean, there's different variations and teams and stuff, but basically, it's like anybody can beat anybody now. It's crazy. They need to do something, man. It's getting to where it's like
something needs to happen. I mean, it is like bad. I went from rank. My payout yesterday. I went from rank 5. I wasn't really too into it. I couldn't do it because it was too competitive. My payout yesterday. I would have had to started 20 minutes early to have a shot at it. And then I went to do my stream last night, and I was at rank 29.
Yeah,
that's never happened. That's never happened in my life. But the thing is that it's like people are maxing out that one arena team. So it's like they're just getting their power up to 51k power, 52k power, and it's like that team is as great as it can be, and your teams, if you're a guy that wants to run multiple teams, if you don't want to just work on one arena team, you're good, because it's like. Most of my arena teams 48, 49k power, 47k power, things like that. Because I get them to gear 11, but I don't max them out.
Yeah.
So if I'm running my Rogue One squad, it's not as good as the guy who's just working on one team and literally just maxing out that one team. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it kind of it's cool that it's diverse, but it also kind of hurts for people that just won't play with different squads. You really can't do that right now.
Yeah.
I mean, like you can, but what I'm saying is like you can't. You're going to drop if you're throwing in a throwing lead right now, or if you're throwing in, and you got to have like a team that's going to at least. You got to have some variation of like triple cleanse to even hold like top right now.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal. I mean, you got anyone else in the panel noticing that as well? Just that it's gotten. Yeah, check your mic, Revon. Ricky just asked. He's like, "Did he just turn into a robot?" No, he's probably his connection, because I know Remon has to do work when he's doing this stuff. So, you guys just have to bear with it. There. So, but anybody else here noticing that about their arena shard and stuff, that it's gotten so congested with everybody having maxed out stuff that it's like there's really no. I mean, you're going to drop, and there's just really not much you can do.
I think everybody's noticing the same, to be honest.
What's that?
I think everybody's noticing the same. I don't drop too much. I drop into the teens, 20s, but like you say, it's just everybody can beat everybody. If you're playing offense, you pretty much win more often than not.
Yeah.
He said yes.
I would have a mic. I would have you.
God. Oh Lord. All right. So we ready to answer some questions, guys? I think we're ready. Everyone's got their coffee. I think everybody's had their croissants. And that's French. That's about as much French as I know. Let's see here. Let's go. Let's see. We got our first question. And if you guys remember, if you want to get your questions, is now the time to do it. Go ahead and make sure it says question, and I'll scoop it up, and we'll get to it. So, first one is from Roel, Roel. Holy moly, this last name. Vander A. Arura. Oh, I can't pronounce your last name, man. And we will start off with Miss Bella. Question: is it wise to refresh the mod store, or is it better to do 200 Crystal Cantina battle refreshes? What do you think about that question, Miss Bella? Is it wise to refresh? Is it wise to refresh the mod store, or is it better to do 200 Crystal Cantina battle refreshes? What do you think?
Cantina battles. Yeah, I'm one of those who never bought in the mod store so far because I'm permanently out of credits for crystals. So I rather have more challenges actually. But yeah. So I spent my crystals to refresh. I'm a gambler, so I gamble and I go into mod challenges and see what I win. It's a little better. It's a little better than the lottery actually. But I didn't manage to get a secondary 20 speed so far.
Gotcha. All right. I'm going to throw this out to the panel. What does everybody else think? Just say your name if you want to answer the question, and then go ahead and make your statement.
Mike?
Mm-hmm.
So, it depends quite a bit on where he is.
I agree.
Sorry, where they are, because if you haven't unlocked speed, if you haven't unlocked potency or so on, the store's the only place you're going to get mods that you might want. So there is that. However, I would advocate spending the 200 crystals on refreshes and farming trying to improve on your star ratings on each of the mod ones, because you're getting everything there. All your grey mods, depending where you are. I mean, personally, anything grey other than a speed arrow is credits. I just sell them once I've finished farming. So you're adding to your credits. You're also topping up your cantina credits as well. Your cantina tokens. And unless you've maxed out all of the cantina store, it will just enable you. For example, I believe Chopper's in there, so it's just giving you extra by those as well. That's me. I will retire to the mute.
So it depends on where you're at. So if you don't have any mods, first of all, you got to get the characters to do the mod challenges. So if you don't have the characters necessarily to complete a lot of the mod challenges, then you have to look at that as well. However, you do need mods, and you need really good ones. I mean, you can get them out of the mod store. I don't refresh the mod store at all. If I'm going to get mods, I get them out of the. Other than that, that one in the Blue Moon where you get that 3 million one that's got like 9 speed on it and it's an A, and you're like, yeah, you should scoop that up. You're still gambling, but it is what it is. Now have unlocked all the mod challenges, so for me, my primary focus is tunes and using my Cantina energy refreshes on tunes. And right now I'm finishing up Finn. I've already done most of the tunes in there, so I don't really have much to unlock anymore. So as soon as I get Finn done, it's going to be pretty much. I'll look at what I need to get as well. But I mean, I've done all the tunes, So I think that if you are hurting on mods, Warrior had a really great way of going about doing it. He spends the first 10 days of each month back in the day. He doesn't do it now, but um, where he would farm mods from different challenges for what he needs, especially when it comes to potency and ×2 critical. So it's really dependent on your roster. If you're really missing a lot of characters, that's not a bad way to do it, because the way Warrior had it set up, you farm mods for 10 days, then you pick a character and start focus on them, and then you finish them for the month, right? Because it roughly takes about 20 days if you have the character totally not even touched with no shards whatsoever to get them up in Cantina on average. So hope that kind of helps you with what you're asking there. And then Dr. Finn Medicine Woman is in the chat telling us how great Disney World is. Have a happy birthday, Finn. I would nearly say something very crude and inappropriate at this point, but I'm not going to do it because I'm the better man. No, but happy birthday, bro. Hope you're having a great time. Let's see here. Next question. Bear with me. I'm trying to scoop questions as I'm asking questions. Let's go to Loki. This is from Aaron Robertson. Someone's typing, I think. Mute your mic. Stay on target. Aaron Roberts. His question says, for Arena, Zal or Zeta for the upcoming meta? What do you think?
I don't have a Zeta Mall myself. I just never did it.
I do. I have both, actually. It's like, I don't even use them except for
really, you do, huh?
I've got Zal. I've got a full PvP team that I can run Sith. And I've got Zeta Zal, done. It's just, I just use them for like, just raids because my PvP team is the Rex lead team. So, but what do you think about one of those for the... what do you think about this for the meta, is what he's asking.
So the meta's kind of shifting to Empire. I mean, a little bit, at least on my shard. So I actually looked at my top 10 right now. I only got 2 Rex teams now in my top 10, which is, so they're, I'm on an old shard, November 2015, Same. Like one of the first ones. And it looks like with the influx of all the Thrawn on, I mean, everybody's got Thrawn in my arena shard now. So it's like Thrawn and Nihilus, right, are on the team somehow, and they're mixed and matched if it's like a Thrawn lead or a Nihilus lead or whatever, or you got Zader on top of Thrawn and Nihilus on a team. But it kind of looks like it's shifting to there. So based on that, I would lean a little bit towards Zader. The Maul team, I think, can beat the Zader team if it's properly modded, or if the mods were, if you're comparing apples to apples, like the same mods on one team or another. I believe the Maul team could still beat the Zader team because of the speed. Because the Maul team just starts with 20% turn meter off the bat, right? If you got enough Sith on the team. But, I mean, if you want to talk about upcoming meta, it just seems like there's more Empire characters that are still to come. Gar Saxon and the Imperial Commando are not free to play yet, so that's more Empire tunes that are coming. I don't know if they're going to release any more Sith tunes. I mean, I hope they do. I hope they bring out Revan and all that, and other Sith characters. But right now, it looks like Empire might be the new meta until we find out what's coming with Luke or whatever, right? So can't go wrong with Zader because he's also a pilot and all that. So he's going to help in other aspects of the game. So I would pick Zader.
Yeah. We just got a donation of 20 SEK. I think, what is SEK? SEK. Swedish? You wrote that, Mike, right? Well, we got that from
Swedish.
Anton88. Thank you, sir. I don't know what the exchange rate is, but thank you nonetheless.
About $1 million?
We're rich. We're rich, bitches.
Anton said he was from Sweden, yes.
I don't know. I'm trying to keep up with other things,
Yes.
so if you guys can help me out, it would be much appreciated. All right.
Hickory wheat.
All right, we're going to go to Remon next. This is from our boy, good old Maurice. He says, question, Ranger, yes, this is a question. Yes, I know, good old Maurice. I could tell when you wrote it. With Gar Saxon and Super Commando incoming, how will you guys use them for raids or arena? So, Remon, do you use Gar Saxon at all or Super Commando? For raids or anything like that? Remon?
No, I don't use Gar Saxon at all right now. I would love to get to try him out. I was actually talking about Gar Saxon last night with Maurice, and I think he's a cool character. From what I've seen from the people that do have him maxed out, and the few times I got to try him out on like developer builds, he doesn't really seem to do too much damage. But he does have that cool counter, leader ability. So I don't know. I feel like he'd be like a kind of like an Empire I'm a Gundy almost. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. But again, I don't have him like on my. I still have him at like 4 stars or whatever. I bought that $9.99 pack, but I didn't buy all the other packs. Subsequently to 7-star him, so I don't use him in raids or anything like that yet. So
okay, anybody that does have him unlocked that's got to play around with him, want to comment on that question?
I've run him in Galactic War. I'm similar to Raymond. I've only got him 4-star at the moment, so I had to like really tank up the squads and that, but. He's a person of interest to me. Have you seen like the 1.5 million plus phase 1s where he's been in the squad? Because that's somewhere that he looks like he's going to shine. He may not hit hard on a single hit, but if he's hitting up to 6-7 times per retribution, then that all starts to add up. So yeah, he's one for me. Plus, also, he's basic means I have to have him.
So, do you want to speculate with Thrawn now in here that where he could be viable? Is he viable with Thrawn in any way?
That's what I'm thinking. If you can if you could work Thrawn and Nihilus in with Gar, everyone would either be dispelled or stunned. Ooh, that sounds fun.
There's some possibilities. We'll have to see. It's funny, until the meta shifts a little bit, we get some more influx of characters. Maybe, with what was said about Empire coming out, maybe he'll become a legitimate tune that you can use. But right now, I just don't. If you have him and you can use him. Phase 1, some different areas. I don't think he's viable for arena right now. I could be wrong on that, but I don't think, from what I've seen from the meta or anything like that, nobody's using him as a part of their team makeup. So, yeah. All right, let's go to the next question. Let's see here. This is from... Good Lord, our fans are something else. Ghost, Naked Wookiee Army, question. God. Follow up to Mo's question. Would you prioritize shard shop currency for Saxon ships or fulcrum? I'm going to go to King Felix on this. Would you prioritize shard shop currency for Saxon ships or fulcrum?
I would do Saxon's ship because I think the one time I faced it actually in the ship arena, it started to kick my butt for a little bit.
I don't think it's specifically.
Only...
Yeah, the question was not specifically Saxon ship, but Saxon himself, ships, or fulcrum.
I would do anything but fulcrum. I think she is a very overrated. I never have any trouble. She can only one hit like Rex, and she can't even one hit Chirrut half the time because you can't get enough buffs on her to start off for the AI. So I would ignore fulcrum or fat, whatever you want to call her.
Yeah, you don't say fat. Her. Yeah, don't do that. Oh, Bella, don't say anything.
Bella doesn't like.
No,
fat.
She doesn't like fat.
No, I don't.
See, I tried to stop it.
Yeah, no, I heard it in the last stream. I did it on purpose.
Oh,
no.
I think Gar Saxon might not be a great character, but I think him and the Imperial Super Commando will be some of the funnest characters to use. So I'm gonna do that because the game with no new content, I'm gonna have to start doing something fun. So I use them in my galactic war just to have some fun. So I say them.
Okay. Anybody else say different?
But
go ahead, Turbs.
I've got to disagree.
All right.
I've got to disagree. I run fulcrum. I absolutely love fulcrum. I've got to admit, you do need to Zeta. You need the Zeta. Otherwise, she's like say she just doesn't do enough damage. But I've got a Zeta. I run her in a rebel squad with General Kenobi, and I can auto pretty much everybody in 60 seconds, just over a minute. I love it. It's a nice, fast arena climb. Directed towards the question, Gar Saxon's ship, I've had a bit of trouble against it. It's a good ship, so I don't think it's a waste going for fulcrum, but again, it's a good ship. It's fine. Then I wouldn't necessarily go for fulcrum because I think there is going to be might be wise to expand your ship roster, especially if your arena's fine, but it's a funny one. But again, fleet currency, I use all that on Zetas, to be honest. I don't farm any ships, just Zeta.
Mm-hmm.
So,
all right. Let's go to the next question. We'll go to Mike on this. Mike, if you had a question? Sorry, I'm trying to keep track of this. I don't think you have yet. So we'll go to Mike, and then it'll be Turbs. But Mike, the question is for you. This question is from Evergoo. Question: besides Chase, who are your top 3 hard to farm tunes?
It's changed now. For me, it was First Order Stormtrooper, First Order TIE Pilot, and Viz. They took me almost a year, and that was focusing on them daily. I know it's changed a bit now, depending on where you are. If you've unlocked you've got Nihilus on tier 9, haven't you, on Dark Side?
Yeah, I was going to throw that one in there. That one's a beast. I just got him past 6 stars, working towards 7, but it's like one place to get them besides, the shards in the shop.
The crystal drops.
Yeah, it's like, oh my god, so brutal.
Well, hopefully you all made use of the double drops.
I did, trust me. We didn't even talk about that. The double drops. Well, let's get whoever wants to speak up, just say your name and say something. But I mean, the double drops, your thoughts on it. What did you farm for them and everything?
My ult, I farmed Sabine, and I got 6 from the 3 goes.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, what? I screenshot that one. That was like, I'm saving that 6 shards there. For my main account, it was shard shop currency. I banked 1,400 in shard shop currency.
Anybody else? What did you spend? You want to say what you did with your the double drops and who you worked on and how did it go? Just say your name and
Turbs.
speak it up. Turbs, go for it.
Uh, mods, and more mods. I just refreshed as much as I could in the mod challenges. Just trying to get more of the ever elusive secondary speed.
Yeah.
Obviously, like Mike said earlier, I ended up getting about 4 million credits or something like that from selling all the mods afterwards. I got a couple of 15, 17 speed, which wasn't too bad. And that's just from 2 days doing the double. It was a little late notice, which wasn't great, but we'll always take double drops, won't we?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I give CG credit. That was I mean they dropped it and it was pretty cool. You know, I guess as a reward for everything that had gone on previously with the event. So not too bad. I think everybody enjoyed that. Anybody else? What they were farming or anything?
I'm wondering
Go ahead, King.
how it was in the States.
Say
Wondering
that.
how it was in the States, because for me,
Mm-hmm.
the times were strange.
Yeah, a couple.
I think
People in Europe got
started at like
hosed.
and then ended at 1 a.m. like a day and a half later. So I didn't even have.
You didn't get the full 2 days.
I missed out on a bunch of it, but I already used some of my refreshes.
Did that happen to you guys in Europe?
It was the same for me. I think for Central Europe, it was announced after refresh. So, I mean, I do my dailies after refresh and spend some energy, and I think a lot of people do. So you were missing that energy, and GW was already done because it was the GW day. But I don't want to complain. I actually thought it was a nice surprise also.
Yes. Yes, it was. I just think that I think they should probably maybe look at doing this where like for certain continents launch it at their start of their time zone so that you don't have people missing out on being able to take advantage of the 2 day drops and stuff like that. I think that would be a big help, and I think giving at least 24-hour notice wouldn't be too bad. Hey, 24-hour notice. I think that what they're trying to do is cut down people like they did the last time with double drops where they had like a gajillion canteen energy saved up as a business tactic just to try to get people to maybe spend some crystals and stuff. So,
but you see, with the Flash event, Phoenix Flash event, obviously they can kind of have events at your local time, like they are linked to your local time.
I agree.
So for an event like this, where it's important to have like 2 full days, they could coordinate it and have it connected to your local time. In general, if it's 24 hours, it's no big deal. You do it within 24 hours.
Yeah.
The other events.
Yeah, it's something they need to work on.
For me, it was mostly just mods. Just farming mods, man.
All right, we got Remon back, so let's ask Remon a question. We tried earlier, but he was not there. So since I know he's there, we're gonna ask a question.
I went to Dunkin' to get a coffee. So I mean, it's a shameless plug there for Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh, so good. All right. This is from Evergoo series question. Prediction for Ewok Faction Pass. Who's getting the Zetas and what might they entail?
Well, I would say Chirpa's definitely getting the Zeta, right? I mean, I think they might all get one, but personally, I mean, I don't have their abilities like in front of me right now to look at them and try to say what I think they'll add. But I think if maybe they added term meter, to Chirpa's Zeta, that'd be kind of cool. Honestly, I was talking about this last night though, and I can't see anything that they could do to the Ewoks other than like a super increase in damage and adding another Ewok that would make them viable in arena. I mean, they're already right now they're viable in raids and things like that. I mean, you could use Ewoks all over the place and other game content, but in arena, if that's the goal to make them viable there, I don't think adding a Zeta or they're going to need they're going to need a huge overhaul. I mean, not just Zetas. They're going to need damage increase. They're going to need some sort of character to finish the synergy too. I mean, either they're going to have to add some sort of Ewok synergy to another character or create a fifth Ewok. And I know we've been waiting for Wicket for a long time, so I'm hoping that happens soon.
Yeah. Let's see here. Next question. Let's go to Turbs. This is from our boy Vormax. And he says, "Hello, I want to ask, do you feel like they want us to farm or use Farm Gear Phoenix teams so bad that they are creating events and content that requires them because they are getting Zeta soon to make them viable?" What do you think about that, Mr. Turbs? Did we lose Mr. Turbs?
No, I mean, sorry, just rushing for the mute button.
Someone translate what he just said. What the hell?
He said he's still here.
Okay.
An ongoing joke, this, isn't it? Phoenix, I've got them farmed already because of Thrawn, obviously. So I don't use them much. They're benched. I might dust them off for the Galactic War. So they're there. If they do get some, they get a rework or get the Zetas. I assume they're going to get some eventually. You'd have thought they would. Who knows? In the right situation, they can be very good because them shared uniques are pretty damn good. But arena-wise, at the minute, they just don't cut it.
Well,
if the Zetas tip the scales,
yeah. Well,
we'll
his question is more like they seem like they're really pushing hard on Phoenix with all the events and stuff like that. I mean, do you think there's some kind of method to their madness, or do you think they're just trying to get people to get Phoenix up just to get them up?
They're probably just trying to get him up. It's like any sales pitch, isn't it? You get something new, you just got to push it. I think they're just trying to make people do it, not necessarily for any kind of end game. I don't think. But remains to be seen, doesn't it? They keep surprising us.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
We'll see.
Just a thought. Maybe it's because the Rebels producers. I mean, they're characters from a TV show, aren't they?
Yeah,
a very popular one. So I don't know if it was my show, and I'm thinking, well, they don't really do much, do they? You'd be like, you'd be onto the dev saying, sort that.
Dave Filoni comes in. What have you done? Oh no! All right, let's go.
Sort that means fix, by the way, everybody.
Yeah. God. And season 4 is getting ready to launch, so it'll be interesting. The last season, so we'll see. All right, back to the top, Ms. Bella. This is from Most Deaf Isley. Question. His question revolves around the Ewok faction pass again, but really whether we will get Wicket. That's the question. The main point of his question. Do you think Wicket will be introduced, and you think it'll be a part of the faction pass?
Yeah, I mean, there's Wicket, of course. We were all speculating if he, but I have no news. I don't know. Some others said 3PO could be an option also, but he has no Ewok faction. He doesn't belong to the Ewoks really, but it would be fun.
Well, you know, I think the question centers around the fact that last year at I can't remember if it was Celebration or it was EA Play off the top of my head. I think it was Celebration 2016. They showed Wicket on the screen as a character. Anybody think in the panel that they finally got him done? And if they did, do you think they'll be introducing him?
Loki here. Yeah, I think they have to. I mean, I forgot who it was on the stream, but they mentioned that Chirpa's been broken the whole time because he can't call all the Ewoks to assist, right? So they got to have the fifth Ewok somewhere, and who else would it be other than Wicket, honestly? And when they showed off R2-D2, they finally made him playable. So I mean, the only two big name non-playable characters, right, is like Bespin Luke and maybe and Wicket too, right, that they've kind of showcased in the past. Ray with the lightsaber's another one, but going back to the Ewok thing, yeah, I just don't see them doing any other Ewok other than Wicket, to add. And there's a little statement on that monthly update, right? So the daily logging character's Chirpa now, but then it does say, the Ewoks don't travel alone, right? So hopefully he's coming along, to do what he needs to do to get him viable.
Gotcha. All right.
Seen some speculation that it might be Wicket and is it Logray?
Oh, I have no idea. That's why we're speculating.
Logray fight in one of the last dark hard modes.
Another hard
so
mode
maybe
one.
two Ewoks. Ooh.
I mean, maybe Ewok Scout is the placeholder, right? They'll just sneak him in there for that hard node, right? The one that everybody was farming for double drop.
So looking forward to getting Ewoks up and running again. Oh, that would be great.
Why would that be great? Shame on you. They should all die. They should all die. I wish Vader would just go in there and force choke all of them, cut them in half. We can have an Ewok barbecue.
Vader.
Oh, God. All right. To Loki. Next question from Martin Waterman. Question: what do you think the minimum speed is required for Zodi for AAT?
For just Zodi, I've experimented. You got to get that dude fast. If you really want to do the big numbers, so like the 8, 9, 10 million in like phase 4 or something like that. So I've had success with like 230-ish, like 235, 240, which is very aggressive. But that's probably the only one that I like to put all my speed on. And then everybody else, I do the critical chance, and Leia, I think I do just offense, like a lot of offense on her and some health to get her to regain her health with more damage. So, but Zodi definitely just got to throw speed on him, get him fast.
Gotcha. So 230 is the magical number. All right. Let's see. All right. Next question is for Mr. King Felix. This is from Cybershark at KKid311/Finity. Really? Are you staying? This is for Finity. He was. Never mind. Troll. God dang it. Let me go to the next question. He was at Cybershark was asking. Was he staying at the place where they feed giraffes in the morning from your window? You know what? Who cares? Finn's his birthday. He could go whatever he likes to do. All right. So for King, Level Up Noob asks, what if Ewok Reworker introduces some sort of confusion mechanic where characters attack their own team? Instance chase counter.
That would be a cool mechanic. I would like that, some sort of disorientation or confusion. You would think that would come from maybe a Jedi as like a Jedi mind trick or Thrawn manipulating somebody, but I guess it could be the Ewoks. I think they should have like 500 plus offense whenever attacking stormtroopers, but
our bonus against Empire.
I don't know about the whole Empire because I don't think Ewoks could have killed Vader, but
I don't know. They took down an ATST.
they could have. They could have a buff against Imperial troopers because they can take them all out, right?
Yeah.
Rocks and sticks and tree trunks and all that.
I think they need to do something with trees.
Clone Wars off of Chewbacca and make Chewbacca.
Vader's walking along. I'll kill you all. All of a sudden, a giant rock just lands on his head. The true story of how Darth Vader really died. Oh no. Oh god. Alright, but yeah, I think the confusion mechanic would be kind of a cool feature for the Ewoks. I could see that happening. Camouflage, rocks, bows, and confusion. Make it happen. All right. This next question's from good old Maurice. Um, this is actually for me. Question Ranger Rex Lead. Really, man? You just told us you finished all the tunes. Are you the guy that ordered one scoop of vanilla ice cream in a cup from Baskin Robbins? Well, no, actually, I like mint chocolate chip, but I don't eat ice cream anymore, so I haven't had it in ages. That being said, the reason I run Rex Lead, it just works for me. I mean, I have a fully Zal team, but Zal's not effective in PvP. I mean, if there was some other, I mean, I may play around with the team. I mean, I'm finishing up Death Trooper, and I've got 6-star Thrawn. I think I got him gear 7. Uh, 6 or 7, I can't remember. I'm finishing up Kenobi too, so I may change my team up a little bit. But I mean, really, Rex is where it's at. I wish it was different. I would love to run another team that would be really super duper awesome. But I mean, with the shard I'm in, it's like you got to stay up top, and everybody's maxed out on their teams as we spoke about earlier. So you got to do what you got to do. I mean, I wish there was more diversity. I think that's one thing that I'm hoping with an influx of new characters is we can get a more diverse meta. I mean, Rex Sleet is still dominant, and then there's a bunch of other teams that are viable. But I mean, no one team, especially because of the way the AI is set up on defense, works. Especially with everybody with max mods now and max characters and max everything. So there you go. All right, next question is for Mike. Let me make sure I'm doing this right. Okay, gotcha. Mike, question for you. This is from Level Up Noob. Question. This is specifically for Super Commando. So he says, what is your guys' opinion on Imperial Super Commando? He would probably be easy to farm when he's farmable, so I'm just curious on your thoughts. So his specific question is about what do you think about Imperial Super Commando himself?
Super Pooper. That's what I call him. I'm having to have a quick look. I geared him up. He's only 4-star. I did gear him up, and I did run him a bit in Galactic War, but I kind of overlooked him for Gar. But he's got an interesting skill set, I believe. I'm doing this as quickly as I can. Where is he? Not there because he's not an Imperial Trooper. Really? He's not an Imperial Trooper.
No, he's not.
He has Imperial in his name, and he's not an Imperial. Okay, whatever.
He's a commando. He's a super commando.
That's right.
But he has Imperial in his name. Because he dispels. He's got a good skill set, and he's only got 3 attack abilities, which means following Warrior's rule of thumb, he's going to work. So yeah, he'll be interesting when he's farmable, because at 4 stars he's too squishy.
All right. Let's see here. Next question. For Turbs, this is from the late picks. Question: I run a triple cleanse in Arena. I don't have any plans for my next team, and I can't see anything currently available that's going to replace them. Am I wrong? Turbs.
So he's looking to replace it, or is he's not knowing where to go next?
Yeah, I think that's more. He doesn't see anything that's going to be able to replace them in the future. Is he right or wrong?
There's stuff out there that can beat it, but again, if it's number 1 every day, then you don't necessarily need to change it, do you? But I know what you mean. You've got the triple cleanse, you've got Baze. It's just such a solid team at the minute. There's not. If you've not got a decent team, then everybody says that's the best thing to aim for, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
For the interim, there's lots using it. I think the majority of people have moved on from it. The people who've been using it for a while, and they've kind of got bored of it. So they're changing for the sake of the change, to make it more interesting. It's a funny one. I like to farm other characters and try things out. Like I say, I run Rebels just because, like I say, it's fun. It's like a smash and grab. It's just loads of damage. But I try not to run the boring teams like you see, like when you throw Zaris in and Kenobi lead. That's a a good solid team, but it takes you like 4 minutes. It's not really very offensive, is it? So it's each to their own. But if you've got that squad, good for you. And I'd just work on other areas and keep your interest in the game.
Yeah.
Start working on your ships, and there's plenty out there to farm.
Yeah, it's taking over the meta right now. What's going to become the new meta? There's nothing out there right now that really just calls out to me like it's going to overtake Rex as the main, the main meta right now.
Not really. No, I think it's going to hold a good half.
Yeah,
a good half.
Yeah, I mean,
of the meta like it is because it's free to play, isn't it?
Go ahead, Loki.
Yeah.
I was just gonna add real quick. I mean, Rex never went away.
Yeah.
I mean, he's always been meta. So, it's the team right now. You don't need the best mods. You don't even need everybody startup, and you can get to rank 1.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so it's very good for free to play to go for. If you got the resources and all that. And but I mean, there's still several metas. And is it still going to be viable for a long time? Yeah, it's the only way it's not going to be viable anymore is if other metas, if players start farming more mods and they get more quality mods, then the other teams will become more viable than the Rex lead at one time. Because the issue with the Rex lead that I see on my late shard is you can put all the speed you want on any of those guys. There is a cap where it just doesn't work well with a lot of speed. And for myself, I mean, I can get my Rex up to like 175, or I'm sorry, to like 275, 280 speed with all my best speed secondary mods. It doesn't make Rex any better at like 280 speed versus like 200 speed, right? So that team there, it's so good because the AI plays it so simply on defense. It's just that's why it is what it is.
It's kind of become the new droid squad, isn't it?
Yeah, in a way, yeah.
Rex Chase is kind of the free to play new droids.
Mm-hmm. So I think that answers that question. All right, let's go back to the top with Miss Darth Bella. This is from Cyber Shark, and his question is, why do people spend their refreshes so early in the day? And I think you spend yours. It seems like right when it switches over. So, what do you think about that question, Miss Bella?
Well, early in the day might be late for others.
Mm.
So. Why not? I mean, it depends on your playing style. When you play and how you how often you log in and so on. I like to start my dailies right after refresh, at least some of them, and be done with it. So that's why I usually go very early and spend energy.
Anybody else?
There's no other reason. I mean,
yeah, I agree. I mean, for me, when my energy is usually capped out when I wake up in the morning, and so I'll go do my cantina and do everything, and then at 1 p.m. EST when the refresh happens, I mean, it gets me in a cycle where I'm hitting my 600 every day. That's mainly why I do it. But a couple pops of Cantina energy with what I did previously the night before. I mean, I'm done with my 600 and I'm done with my farm. I knock out everything I need to do, and then I'm good to go for the rest of the day, other than PvP. So that's kind of why I do it. I think you have to take into consideration people's schedule during the day. What do they have going on? I mean, if they're going to be at work all day and they can't really focus on get into their phone and playing the game, which is I think it's typical more than it's off the wall. So I think that's why. I think it's more of a time crunch. So
that I just realized that EA gave me the wrong time zone. It's very funny. I'm 1 hour ahead, so my refresh is like midnight 12.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't really found out yet if it's because I didn't start like in summertime, or if it's device dependent, or what happened there. But I'm actually in the wrong time zone.
All right, if you're listening, EA, fix that. Darth Bella needs her correct time zone.
Well, Bella, are you talking about the guild 600 refresh? Is that what you're talking about for your time zone?
No, not the guild refresh. It's my personal individual refresh.
Oh.
And I just found out because my SWOG profile wasn't linked correctly.
The mystery.
Well, no, you on your on the SWGOH profile, you choose your time zone.
Yeah.
So you can actually choose whenever you want to refresh it. Like if you're going to redo your mods, you can refresh it automatically or manually.
Exactly.
There you go.
But no worries. It's working.
Yes. All right. Next question. Let's go to King Felix. A lot of Ewok questions today, but Harry Tasker wants to know, what if the Ewoks reworks made them not as viable in raids, but more useful in arena?
I don't think they'd take away the raid viability. I don't think they'll take anything away from the Ewoks. I think they'll just add to. I think it's going to be at least Wicket and probably Logray as well, because when we did the Sith faction pass, they got 3 characters, so I don't see why the Ewoks won't get a couple.
Yeah, I don't think they'd ever not be viable in raids unless they did a whole rework. But would they be more useful in arena? There's no way to know until you actually see their kits and what they can do. We have no idea what they're going to be capable of, so we don't know what's going to happen. So I think that's more of a wait and see.
It might be like clones. Might be like clones.
Go ahead, Bella.
All they have is raid.
Maybe the next raid is playing in the forest.
On Endor, yeah. But we don't know anything. I mean, we've speculated out the yin yang, but we have really no idea what the new game mode's going to be. We don't have any idea about a lot of this stuff. Sometimes, it's just we can speculate, we can theory craft, but it's even harder to theory craft when you have no idea who they're going to introduce and what they're going to be able to do. I mean, there's some things we can say what we'd like to see happen, but the arena question is more up in the air. We know what they can do now in raids, but we really have no idea moving further into the future what's going to happen until we actually get the characters. So hopefully that answers your question. Loki, you are up, my friend, with the next question as I scoop up another one. Bear with me a second. All right. This one is from Anton88. His question, Loki, is he says, I run Wigs, Chase, and R2D2 in Arena. I have a 7-star Rex. Should I swap him in?
If you're having an issue, I guess, holding on defense, you can try it, but I think that team you got's already pretty good. In fact, I mean, with R2D2 in that spot, it just makes that. I mean, if you load R2D2 up with like a lot of offense, then all your rebels gain, from his Zeta, they're gonna all share R2s. They're gonna get a piece of his stats. So, I mean, if you just throw Rex in there, I used to run a team like that like a long time ago, before like General Kenobi was popping up, and yeah, it was like it was Rex lead with Chase and Wigs, and that was a pretty good team as well. But I think R2D2 behind the Wedge lead just is a lot stronger.
There you go. All right, Mike, you're up. Next question is from Jeffrey KQ. Do you think they'll ever retire certain pointless characters like Mob Enforcer to make the game less overwhelming for new players? That's a really great question.
It is. No is my answer, because they'll have to refund everyone that's invested in them.
Yeah.
So they won't do that purely on that basis, because I just can't see it. I mean, they might give us a Zeta back when they modify something, but no. The worrying thing there is that they might actually try and make them viable somewhere.
I hope not.
Yeah, snap. But that would be the solution. And I've just been given a challenge today, about pointless characters or whatever. That people want me to run Ewoks with Cup in phase 1 of the tank. Yeah.
God.
Yeah, I know.
God. All right. Let's see. Turbs. This question's from Jeffrey K. This is another question. Wouldn't it be easier to help the gear crunch by making certain items like cuffs needing less salvage, say 35? This would promote diversity in team comps if teams are easier to gear. What do you think about that, my friend?
It would make it easier, yeah. Of course it would. Even only 35 rather than 50. Whether they do it, I doubt it. It's I can't see them doing it. Definitely can't see them doing it. It's one of the most annoying pieces to get. I'm short on not too good with cuffs at the minute, but stun guns. Everybody needs stun guns at the minute. Commandos. I can't see them making that change. It'd be a great change. It'd make everybody's life a hell of a lot easier. But I can't see them doing it. I think they as soon as they bring out the next gear levels, it's only going to get worse, I think. But we shall see.
Yeah, that's something they need to make sure they address is if they are going to increase the gear levels, say 12, they need to figure out some way to make getting, especially like cuffs and things like that, a lot easier to get, because the drop rate on those is awful. And trying to farm them is a nightmare. It's not like you can do your battles where you get the gear pieces; those aren't included in those. So they'd have to do something like that. The gear challenges to at least add some kind of form of those in there, so we could have somewhere to farm them. Because the places where you can get them right now, it's
I'd take the easy option to be honest. I buy them.
Yeah,
I do
too.
Refresh or anything. If you save your money, if you spend your crystals wisely, providing you're getting first in the arena every day. If you spend your crystals wisely, you can buy one a week, can't you?
Yeah,
you can buy
but
a
still,
stun cuff or you can buy a stun gun, and it's
but it's one a week. I mean, with as many the higher level teams that really need them, that are really good. I mean, you're going to need quite a few of them. So one a week is still not good enough, in my opinion. Even if you are finishing tops in the arena, So
hey, it's not no. What you struggle to farm one a week though, don't you?
Well, yeah, but I mean, you're also trying to farm other stuff. I mean, I'm also thinking this is from a free to play perspective. I mean,
yeah,
those are a nightmare to get. All right, so next question, back to the top to Miss Darth Bella. This is from our good friend Demordian, and the question is, I think you'll enjoy this question. What comes first, flying cars or a CG update?
Sorry, I was on mute. Yeah. Flying cars. I don't know. But I think they are actually preparing for the update. I mean, we had these beautiful pink spots in everywhere, in arena, in fleet arena. Pity for the people who don't like pink, but it was a bit confusing, disturbing even. I think they implemented something, and was implementing that because the power update, I think we all agree, has nothing to do with graphics. So with the power update, they also implemented something else in preparation, and yeah.
So
it's
the answer,
obviously not so easy to have such a big update implemented.
So your answer to the question is you like pink.
I'm not into pink, really.
I think it sounds like you are. You seem to really grasp onto that color a lot. As soon as we say pink, you're like, oh, pink.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying from a purely scientific observational standpoint. I'm just saying.
You're right, of course.
Yes, and I'm just saying. All right, so next question we'll go to King Felix. This is from Samuel Lawrence. Question: Grand Admiral Thrawn's ability block seems redundant to me, as it basically helps them do their ability faster, and then their ability is on cooldown. What do you make of this?
I actually had the same thought when I first saw it. I thought it would have put ability block on before they take their turn, but it's actually after. I'm wondering if CG actually did it on purpose, but The only way I can think about it is more of a real strategy deal, because if you know how the AI plays, somebody might not use their secondary or their special ability until the second move. Especially if you don't have, for a cleanser, if you haven't put down any debuffs, they're not going to use their cleanse right off the bat. So that's maybe a way you can kind of keep a cleanse off the board for 3 turns with that. But I don't know. I was confused by that as well.
Anybody else on the panel have thoughts on this? I guess not.
Thoughts? Sorry, what were we talking about? Thrawn.
Yes, Mike. If you actually listen to what we're talking about, you might actually, hear the question, and I mean, I know you're drinking French coffee and eating croissants, but I'll read it again just for you, Mike. Grand Admiral Thrawn's ability block seems redundant to me, as it basically helps them do their abilities faster, and that their ability is on cooldown. What do you make of this?
No, I disagree. What it's doing is speeding them up to be ability blocked. It's giving them a chance. If you can do combinations, though, it works really well. What I mean by that is that if you've got a Nihilus in your squad along with Thrawn hits them, speeds them up, and then Nihilus goes and debuffs, well, dispels it on his basic. So you can actually utilize that to speed up your annihilates. It's working with it. It's also stopping him from being completely overpowered.
Yeah.
There's a bit of balance.
There we go. All right. Next question for Sir Loki. This is from Harry Tasker. What if they implemented something for Arena where you couldn't use like a random 5 characters for a week? What do you think of that for Arena?
I love that idea. I actually, going back to one of the other streams, I had an idea that they should, to kind of change Arena up. I think we all agree on the panel that it's gotten stale, right? It's all Rex lead and meta teams. It's all the same teams. Nothing holds on defense and all that, and it really doesn't utilize your roster. So my idea with Arena was they I'd love it if they changed it to like the mod challenges. So each day for Arena you have to be forced to use a different kind of team. So whether it's a faction or whether it's some kind of a type of character. So like they could do like Mondays, use only support characters. You can pick whoever you want from support, right? You can utilize all your filters and assemble your best team for whatever day of the week it is, right? So that was my idea. I also like that idea too in the question. It's a way to just change it up. I mean, we've all been playing the game a long time. It's the same, and we've been playing the same people in Arena for 2 years, right? So it is a way to change it up. I'd love it if they do something like that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I saw some speculation about introducing like the dark side or cantina option of putting in a second lead, having six players.
Oh, wow.
That would really make Arena interesting and give you so many different options.
That would really...
Yeah, I'd be cool with that. I mean, even in our ship battles, right? We have that last reinforcement that we can't use. I mean, imagine if you had another ship coming off the bench. I mean, that's huge. Just adding the one more character. So, but if you can have compounded leader abilities, that would be pretty interesting. Almost OP, I think, but because everybody's going to use Rex as their second leader, right? I mean, why not?
You could run a Tarkin and Zeta Qui-Gon. I wonder if that would stack. I wonder if you'd add 60 speed on there.
Yeah. I mean, you can have 3. You can have like 2 Empire tunes and an Empire leader, and then you can have a Jedi. You can have Qui-Gon Jinn and then some Jedi on that team, right? It really makes it a hybrid team of some sort.
Yeah, that would be. Oh my God. I can just see it now. Me and Grande spending hours upon hours just crafting the hell out of this offline, trying to figure out what to do.
I mean, I hate to say it, but all they have to do is click a switch and they could pretty much shut us up for the next 6 months, right? Because we'd all be busy theory crafting. So I think that's the problem, is we're all restless right now. So we're trying to figure out ways to keep ourselves busy and interested.
Yeah.
So
yeah. All right. I've lost track of who had the last question. Oh no. Too much stuff. I think that last one was Loki, so we will go. Mike, you're up. This question is from Martin Waterman. Question: who would you run with Thrawn in P3 for AAT? Don't just.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm fighting with the chirper lead at the moment. I keep switching my mods around at last moment and throwing the balance out, but that would be, yeah. So you run basically Thrawn replaces Stormtrooper Han in that squad. You make your Palpatine fast because he kind of supplements the speed gain that you lose from Stormtrooper Han. And the race there then is to shock as many orcs as possible, and then get some facts torn up, and away you go. Oh, and of course you've got Thrawn in there to chuck the fracture on.
Anybody else on a team with Thrawn P3? Thoughts or ideas?
I can jump in there. I'm currently using what Mike has, but I'm setting myself up to try the solo. I actually watched Loki's video. Great job on that, by the way, Loki. Very good job. Try and get enough speed on him and do the solo. That's going to be my next test. But if you want to read any details about it, Loki's the man you want to speak to. We're going to throw it over to him.
Loki, any thoughts?
If you want to see what's involved, if you got an hour to waste, I just uploaded like a full run. So it's so people know what's going on in that thing. That's pretty much my intent to that video, and I wanted to put it up like in its entirety because other YouTubers have just put like the last 10 minutes of it because it's obviously a long run. So I was in it probably about an hour 30, hour 45 minutes, and compressed the video down to an hour, and but the whole thing is there if you want to see it.
Nice. All right. Next question will go to Turbs. This is from Maxwell Ferngood. He says, "Good morning. I have a Zeta, and I don't know who to give it to. I already have Zader, and my arena team is Rexley, Chase, and Wiggs. Should I go for Xylo and use Nihilus with Xylo instead of Wiggs? Your thoughts, Turbs?"
If your arena team's good, none of those necessarily need a Zeta. You don't need to change your arena team up. I'd say if you've got a Zeta spur, use it somewhere else. Concentrate on a raid team, something like that. You could do Xylo if you struggle with P1, but getting you bang for buck, you could do, if you've got clones, you could go Zodi. Finn, Resistance, there's lots of options out there, but if you don't need it in arena, then don't use it. Use it somewhere else. There's plenty of Zetas out there. I think we discussed last week what we think our top Zetas are and stuff like that. But it's I wouldn't think too one-dimensional. But I'm only saying should I go one character, but no. If you want to improve your arena squad, to be honest, I wouldn't go Xylo. You've probably not got Thrawn or anybody like that, but I'd farm another tune and maybe save it. Just because you've got it, you don't have to spend it.
Yeah, I agree.
I was sat on about 90 at the minute.
Yeah, you and the hoarders.
How many Omegas you got, Turbs?
Not too. I've been doing some Omegas on some guys, so I've not got as many as I should have, but about 30, 40.
Oh, that's good, man. I'm on Omega shortage myself, so I got like 80 Zetas and then like 3 Omegas.
Yeah, I'm really reluctant to. There's lots of Omegas I need to do, but I'm always reluctant to push the button.
I still haven't done Fulcrum Ahsoka's Zeta because she needs 17 Omegas, I think, for that Zeta or something like that, 16 Omegas. I just can't do it yet. I mean, I haven't done Zol, but he only needs 10 Omegas, right? So it's kind of like how I
majority need 10. I don't.
She's got
I
like
don't
the
know why
most
that done us.
expensive
Like I
Zeta, I
said,
think.
it must be. But the rest of it aren't too bad. But yeah, it's Omegas are a lot harder than Zetas at the minute.
All right, next question. We go back to the top for Miss Bella. This is from member underscore Tauntauns. Question: do you think that the Ewoks will get a green skull buff like the Ewok events? It's like Deathmark, but a buff. Do you think that'll be maybe one of the abilities that they give to the Ewoks, Miss Bella? Yes or no?
The death mark, yeah, why not? And I also love when they kind of pretend to be dead. They fall, but you never know.
Wait. What are you talking about? They were really dead. That little Ewok.
They are
That Ewok was
pretending.
crying. No, he was dead.
You think so?
No, he was dead.
It was camouflage.
He got shot with an ATST.
Yeah, I mean,
he is no more.
Yeah.
Watch the Family Guy version. The actual Ewok starts eating the other Ewok. It was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Oh God, no, I think that would be a kind of a cool ability. You know, I mean, they got to do something, right?
You know what I think when you watch the last toons that were released after the Sith Empire factions, they all had a kind of new ability. I mean, new to the game, like Thrawn, Fulcrum Ahsoka, all the Phoenix team.
Right.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
They were not only combining abilities and kind of adding a little here or there, but they were completely new, like the fracture, things like that.
Yeah.
Shred.
I agree.
So I expect them with new toons to have new abilities.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll definitely see. All right, next question for King Felix. This is from Grim. Question: so, still not seeing an update in Google Play nor the option to manually upgrade the game. Any of you guys getting this as well? We'll start with King, but anybody else notice that?
So they they put something out in the forums about they're not going to force update, but you can go into. For me on iOS, my update was in the App Store, so I have the power changes for me. But I just got that this last night for me, so about 30 hours ago or 28 hours ago, something like that. But there was something wrong. I believe their post said, so they're postponing the forced client restart for come Wednesday after the weekend.
Gotcha. I think that answers that question. Next is Loki. This is from Samuel Lawrence. This is a theory question. In a realistic way, and working with the direction they've tried to make Tarkin better potency, simple, what measure do you feel could make Tarkin usable? Higher base damage on AoE?
It's a good question. I'm actually gonna. So yeah, he's got a lot of potency. My issue with the whole potency, and I'm actually gonna drag tenacity into this thing.
Go for it.
You know, Rex has tenacity up, right? And my gripe from the very beginning is tenacity up means you could resist the or let me step back for a little bit. We're led to believe now tenacity up is basically irresistible, right? All the debuffs are irresistible. At least that's what we all think, right? Or that's what's been shown in the game. That's why the triple cleanse and all that works, right? So anyway, I think that if tenacity up makes you irresistible to debuffs, I think potency up should allow you to land debuffs and they can't be resisted. So one way that I think they could adjust Tarkin is instead of giving him massive potency, they should give him like a potency up buff and make it work like Rex's tenacity up. Where, you know, he can land his debuffs and all that, and it's irresistible, and maybe put it on his leader ability to help with the other Empire tunes. I think that would be one way to kind of buff Tarkin in that way. I do agree on his damage thing. I think it's a little silly that you have to charge up the AOE with his basic, and it's quite difficult, obviously, with the AI doing that, because the AI is just going to spam abilities when they're available, right? They're not going to actually do a calculated attack and charge up his AOE with the basics. So that's how I would probably adjust Tarkin, or maybe adjust the game mechanic in the game to make Tarkin better. Is focus on making the potency up just as good as tenacity up. I don't know.
I like it. All right. Let's see here. Jack, this is for Mike. This is from Jack Jr. 26. Question. So August, we are doing some Luke thing. Any thoughts or theories on what and how and what we are going to do?
The kind, I don't know whether it's obvious or not, but it looks like Ewoks. I'm just thinking that we had Phoenix, and then 2 weeks later, with the only way to unlock Thrawn is through running a full Ewok, a full Phoenix squad. So that's where I'd be leaning towards. The pushing on the Ewoks. Most players will already have a working Tebow for sure. Ewok Elder has faded somewhat. The old longer standing players will have an Elder. They'll have them all to a certain level. That's where I think they'll go with it.
So Ewoks for Luke.
Force us Ewoks for Luke.
All right. Anybody else have any thoughts on that?
I'm also going to agree on the whole Ewok thing. I think they're probably going to. I was hoping that the whole Luke event, maybe they would jump to Bespin, and then we do something from the movie there, right? Like a little event. So the first one was the Tusken one. So maybe they're going to jump to Episode 5, and then we do some event from Episode 5 as a flash event. And then I'm thinking for the Ewok thing, kind of like how Luke needed the Jawas for the flash event in the first one. So maybe the Ewoks and Luke for a flash event in August pertaining to like Episode 6 of some kind. So is what I'm thinking. But I'm wondering how they're going to, if we're going to see the flash event with Luke again this month, and how that's going to work out. But I could totally see them using the Ewok faction like they did with the Jawas.
Yeah, I agree. All right. You know what, guys? I think that is all the questions. Holy moly. We got through that in an hour and a half. Not too bad. I'm not seeing any other ones. So, yeah, we got through all the questions, guys. Yay! All right. So, with that being said, I think we can go ahead and call this one done. So, like we like to do with every stream, is allow everybody to pimp their stuff. If I can pull up the screen. Oh, Lord. Here we go. Gotcha. If you do have questions from this point, you can come to join our Discord. It's linked on the bottom, and you can put your questions in our Q&A section. Trust me, there's a buttload of people there that will be more than glad to help you out with any question you might have with your characters, the game in general, anything. So, with that being said, let's go around and pimp our stuff. So, let's start off with ladies first. Darth Bella, pimp your stuff.
Pimp my stuff. Okay. I have a YouTube channel right now, started a bit ago, and I just uploaded. What did I upload? What was I doing Wednesday? It was so late I can't even remember.
What are you doing? Where are you? What's going on in your life?
Yeah, I think
how are you feeling?
Tired. First Order TIE Fighter. It was just a short one to see if he has a bug or not, and actually was a question asked by someone, and I couldn't answer it, but I didn't find a bug. But check it out.
Yeah, and what's the channel again?
It's called Darth Bella.
Very
you
nice.
find it also in the YouTube.
That's right. And we do
description.
have a link down below for everybody here so that you can check their stuff out. All right. Next is Sir Loki.
I got a YouTube channel, Sir Loki, SIRLOKI. Right now, just threw up that phase 3, like the whole heroic solo run phase 3. If you want to check that out. And then I normally do like arena videos if you want to see how other teams stack up against the meta teams. I throw those videos up. And then if you're interested in the lightsaber hobby or want to get into it, you can check out my videos on some builds that I did for myself and customers, and also for the RSG crew. You can check out the lightsabers I did for them. But as always, thank you for having me on, and I appreciate it.
And for Loki, oh,
I miss that sound, man. It's like it's still in my living room, but it's over there now.
So good. All right, we'll turn it off. All right, Mike, you're up, brother.
I'm so envious. Oh yeah. I have a YouTube channel. Mike Hunt, MikeHunt. I'm working on my Empire at the moment, trialing them out in Galactic War. I'm going to be uploading later on today a solo run with a Tarkin lead. So yeah, that I was shocked. All 12 nodes didn't change any personnel. That was sweet. Going to be doing some character reviews as well. I'm collaborating with Virtual Gaming World. I've been setting my homework for the weekend. I need to do some reviews. Yeah, and generally just trying to cause chaos and mayhem.
There you go. All right, and then
I'm back, and I'd like to answer 4 questions in a row, please.
No, you missed all the questions. I can call you a couple times now, but now that you're here, Remon, where can people check you out, brother?
Well, I have a YouTube channel at Remon Azab, or Ramon Azab, REMONAZAB, and you can check out our content at www.thealliancegaming.com, where we have links to our Discord if you want to join the Alliance, or if you want to just post content there. Everybody's welcome to do that. Blogs, if you have some tips for the game that you'd like to add to help the community. Tons of people from the community contribute there, so you're more than welcome to do that as well. Or if you just want to come chat, you can come join us there also. But and I'm on Twitter at Ramon Azab as well.
Yes, and he likes Dunkin' Donuts. I'm just
saying. And I like Dunkin'. Yes,
right.
Iced coffee for life.
Oh, so good. All right, next, Turbs, where can people check you out? Is Turbs there? Oh, there.
Thanks for having me. Yeah, absolutely. First, thanks for having me again. Always a pleasure. Good to help out. You can check me out. I've got a YouTube channel, Turbs. Just doing arena videos at the minute and between guilds at the minute. But as soon as I get back in, I will do some more AAT footage and such.
Nice.
I know Mike posted a video where he run into me on Galactic War not too long ago, so I'm assuming he didn't run into me this time when he did his Tarkin Galactic War. But no, I post as many videos as I can, and you can check it out and you like it, and subscribe. Great stuff, and I'm very glad to be involved in them. Yep. You keep up the good work, guys.
Yep, glad to have you. And then King Felix, I don't think you've got a YouTube channel, but I do want to say thank you for joining us as always, man.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Always happy to be a part of the stream. Bummed I missed the last 2, but real life gets in the way. And
yeah, you're just serving your country in Korea. God, I mean, I don't know what would get in the way.
Oh, I think Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes is a little bit more important than that, but yeah.
Oh, wow.
I'm a bit too low speed on this YouTube stuff. It took me like a week to figure out how to get on Google Hangouts, so I think I'll leave it up to y'all professionals.
That's right. Well, let's not get crazy. I don't think any of us are professional. Well, Loki is with his lightsaber build, so I'll take that back. All right, so with that being said, this is the RSG channel. If you like what you see, give us a thumbs up. Of course, subscribe to get more content. Of course, support these other guys. Their links are down below. You can check out all their channels there, including Smithy D and some others, Warrior, who couldn't be on today. But, it's 4th of July weekend. Smithy's got a ton of stuff going on with his kids. I think that's why we didn't have as many people on, but we do appreciate everybody that was on. It's a holiday weekend. You know how that goes. But if you like what you see, you definitely give us, subscribe, give us a thumbs up. You can check out all our stuff there on the screen. We got Twitter, Facebook. We got our own shop where you can buy merchandise and T-shirts, things of that nature. We even have our own website. So I want to thank everybody for being in the stream. We really appreciate it. Hey, someone give us a thumbs down. Yay! It's such a pet peeve of mine. Here's the thing. If there's something you didn't like, something that you think we could do better, and you give us a thumbs down, leave a constructive comment on the bottom of the page. Let us know. We want to make the show as good as possible, so your feedback is important to us. As long as it's constructive. If you're just going to get in here and cuss and throw a fit and just be a troll, then good luck. Finn's going to be all over you like water and rice, and you'll hate your life.
What if they just don't like? What if they just don't like your voice, Ranger?
That's okay. Say that. Say I don't like your voice and stuff like that. I mean, at least I can respond to it, right? But
I can't. God gave me this voice. There's nothing I can do about it.
Well, I could do lots of different voices. I'll do the whole stream as Arnold Schwarzenegger. I don't care, But at least I have some feedback, I mean, if someone doesn't like my voice, there's things. Now people are trolling. Just give me the thumbs down. You turkeys. I bet it's probably Ewok or somebody just doing it on purpose. That's why you gotta love the people that watch the stream. They are a hoot. The more thumbs down are happening now. Oh my god.
now it's back to you just had to say something.
I do. It's just a pet peeve of mine, because people do that all the time. It's like,
don't
say something.
Don't do it, guys. Support the channel.
Yeah, it's all fun. It's all fun.
Everybody does this for fun. Okay, we're just trying to help. There's no reason to be hateful. Be nice.
It's all good. But yeah, give us feedback. Give us your thoughts about anything we discussed, and we will definitely we try to respond to every comment that we get as best we can. So on behalf of myself and everybody, I want to thank everybody for being here. We want to thank everybody that participated in the chat, and thank you for your support with the channel. With that, I think we're going to call this one done. So you can check us out on Wednesdays. We're 8 Eastern, where we do our weekly stream where we talk about all the latest Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes news and notes. We have fun. We do fun little skits. Have a lot of great panelists on. Me and Grande will be on we'll be recording on the podcast tonight, the In-Depth podcast. So we'll be doing that. So that'll be coming out soon once we get it all recorded and they do their magic. Support those guys as well, Nukin and the Republic and Crazy and all those guys over there. They're really amazing. So if you haven't checked out their podcast, please do. Check out all the podcasts. These guys really do a lot of good work. So on that, this is Ranger J 1999 signing off on behalf of the RC crew, and we'll see you guys next time. Take care.